Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you for coming back to my channel. So as I was saying in my last video, I was going to do kind of a more simple everyday look with the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette. I did do my other eye already. Today's just going to be kind of a real quick video. So what is going to happen is basically the shadows that I'm going to be using are basically all on this top row. I'm not going to do any crazy looks or anything like that, but seems to be everyone's question if you can actually use the Conspiracy palette in an everyday look, and you definitely can. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the shade My Pills. It's just that really pinky neutral shade in the palette, and I'm just going to set my eye. Okay, and now that we have just a little bit set there, I am going to take, oh, I'm sorry, this was the JH30, it's the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration. Next, I am going to take the JH32, it's just this kind of a tapered brush here, and I'm going to dip into Tanacon, and I am just going to kind of put this right in my crease. And dip in again, of course, always dusting off the excess so it doesn't get all over your face, and kind of just building up that crease just a tiny bit and kind of blending it upwards, just so the color isn't super concentrated. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this JH33 brush and I am going to dip into Diet Root Beer and kind of deepen up just the crease portion of my eye and kind of run it along my eyelid to the center. You're not going to see a whole lot of this shade on my lid, but it does really help with blending later. So I'm going to take that first brush that we used, no extra product on it, and kind of just blend in that shade. And this will kind of just give it a little bit more of a diffused look. So the next shade I'm going to dip into is Spiraling. It's a darker brown shade using the JH40 brush. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this other brush instead, the JH47. Just this little flat brush that we have here. And I am going to concentrate this color just towards the edge of my eye, just to deepen it up a little bit. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of depth right there, I'm gonna dip into Diet Root Beer again using the JH32 and kind of just blend it in to the other color here. Okay, so now that that is blended in, I am going to take the JH42, it's just this tiny little tipped brush, and I'm gonna dip into Just a Theory and kind of put it towards the center of my eyelid to the inner corner. Okay, so now that we did that, again, I'm not going to take any more product, but I'm going to use the same brush I used for Diet Root Beer and kind of just blend those two colors together. Once those two colors are blended kind of the way you want them, I'm going to take the JH39. It's just this tiny round brush here. I'm going to dip into Ranch, put it just in my inner corner here. And the top of my eye is basically done. So I'm going to take the JH42, no, not that one. Okay, the JH41, excuse me. I'm going to dip into spiraling again just a tiny bit. And I'm going to kind of run it along my lower lash line. Trying to stick extremely close to my lash line here. And then I am going to use the JH43, dip into Diet Root Beer, and kind of smoke my lower lash line out. Okay, so this eye did turn out a little bit darker than my other eye. So just to fix that, I'm going to take a little bit more Diet Root Beer and just kind of fix the other eye, just so they match up. Okay, and I'm actually going to dip back into spiraling a little bit and kind of darken up the outer edge again. It's never a bad thing to kind of play around with your colors, just so everything matches and kind of meshes together. Okay, so now I'm going to take that first brush we used and I'm kind of take that outer edge, just bring it up just a tiny bit. All right, and this kind of gives you a nice little gradient. So as far as a neutral look goes, it is definitely something that is possible with this palette. I know a lot of people are a little bit afraid of colors, but it is definitely something you can do. Some people want a little bit of a pop, so you can definitely take this shade here. It's called Conspiracy instead of using just a Theory, and that'll give you just a little bit of color without being too loud. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. We'll see where we land up. Thanks.